Kenya. History, geography, people, facts, economy. Emerging from one of the protectorates established by the British Empire in the late 19th century is a nation in East Africa blessed with beautiful dark-skinned people. In 1895, the protectorate was still pregnant with what was later born as Kenya Colony in 1920. We now have a country with terrain rising from a low coastal plain right on the Indian Ocean to mountains with plateaus at its centre. That geographical entity is the focus of this video. We're taking the plunge to mine the hidden gems in Kenya's savannah in this video. Please follow us as we explore the landscape many folks imagine when they think of Africa. Without leaving the comfort of your home, you're welcome to Kenya. About Kenya, location and size. The land known officially as the Republic of Kenya is a country in East Africa. It borders Ethiopia to the north, South Sudan to the northwest, Somalia to the east, Uganda to the west, the Indian Ocean to the southeast, and Tanzania to the south. Occupying a total area of 224,081 square miles, it's the 48th largest country in the world. Some 2.3% of its total area is occupied by water. Based on its 2019 population census, the country has more than 47.6 million residents, making it the world's 28th most populous country. Actually, the 2023 estimate puts the country's population at 51,526,000. This fast-growing country is the 7th most populous in Africa. Since only 2% of that vast area is occupied by water, its population density of 212.4 people per square mile isn't surprising. Now, it's the 124th most densely populated country in the world. As a member of the Commonwealth of Nations, Kenya also enjoys membership in the UN, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, International Criminal Court, and COMESA, among other international organizations. You probably know that Nairobi is the capital of Kenya. It's also the country's largest city. Another important city is Mombasa. It was the first capital city of the nation and remained the capital until 1907. The coastal city of Mombasa is Kenyan's oldest city. If Mombasa Island in the Indian Ocean, as well as the surrounding mainland, are added, it will be the second largest city. We can't forget to mention Kisumu, the third largest city in the country. Geographical features. Speaking about coordinates, Kenya lies between latitudes 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south, and longitudes 34 degrees and 42 degrees east. Its low plains rise from the coast on the Indian Ocean to central highlands bisected by the Great Rift Valley. The lowest point here is found at sea level on the Indian Ocean, while the highest point is 5,197 meters above sea level at Mount Kenya. Nairobi, the capital, is located at an altitude of 5,500 feet. Its geography and climate vary widely amongst its 47 counties, as these range from cold snow-capped mountaintops with vast surrounding forests, wide fertile agricultural regions, and an array of wildlife, to temperate climates and dry, less fertile arid and semi-arid areas. In fact, there are absolute deserts like the Chalbi Desert and Nyeri Desert there. Kenya also has a coastline on the Indian Ocean containing swamps of East African mangroves. Some places can be mostly cool every day, while there are places that are always warm or hot by mid-afternoon. Coastal cities such as Mombasa, Malindi and Lamu experience notable changes in the air temperature from cool to hot almost every day. The longest river in the country is the Tana River, with a total length of just over 621 miles. Covering a catchment area of over 38,610 square miles. Athigalana Sabaki River, with a total length of about 242 miles, while draining an area of about 27,027 square miles, is the second longest river in the country. The Nzoia River, with a length of 160 miles, rising from Mount Elgon, is also notable in Kenya. History of Kenya. The region where Kenya is located is one of the earliest regions modern humans called Homo sapiens are believed to have lived. Some historians claim that humans have been here since about 1.9 to 2.5 million years ago. However, clearer evidence was found in 2018, which fixed the date to about 320,000 years ago. At any rate, scientists believe that northern Kenya and Tanzania are likely the original birthplace of humans based on the discovery of bones of one of the earliest human ancestors to be ever found in Kenya's Turkana Basin. The nation's location means that people from all different parts of Africa and the Middle East must have for centuries travelled and traded across it. That provides an explanation for the existence of many ethnic groups and languages with diverse cultures. Slavery is a big part of the nation's history and thrived along the Indian Ocean and Lake Victoria. We hate to dwell on the negative past, as everyone, and by extension every nation, has a past. Yet it's good to remember many Kenyans who were kidnapped during the 1600s and 1700s and taken as slaves. Even when slavery was outlawed by most countries by the mid-19th century, thousands of East Africans had become slaves in many other countries. Periods after the 1st century CE were marked by Swahili trade and culture. The introduction of Islam ensured that by the 10th century, Arabic influences dominated the Swahili Bantu language and cultural diffusion. By the 15th century, the Portuguese had made their marks in this territory. By the 17th century, the Swahili coast had come under the rule of the Omani Arabs. The actual colonial history of Kenya began with the establishment of a German Empire protectorate in 1885. This was followed by the coming of the Imperial British East Africa Company in 1888. The possible imperial rivalry was prevented thanks to the Heligoland-Zanzibar Treaty, ensuring that Germany handed its coastal holdings in East Africa to Britain in 1890. The history of British Kenya between 1888 and 1962 is full of events leading to the current nationhood, culminating in its independence on December 12, 1964. Economy of Kenya. As of 2020, Kenya was the third largest economy in sub-Saharan Africa, trailing Nigeria and South Africa. It has a more developed financial services sector compared to its neighbours. In terms of market capitalization, the Nairobi Securities Exchange, the NSE, is fourth largest in Africa. The Apex Bank, the Central Bank of Kenya, CBK, supervises its banking system. Based on the 2023 estimate, the country's GDP, purchasing power parity, is $333.1 billion in total, making it the 66th biggest in the world. Per capita, it is $6,569 and ranks 140th in the world. The actual nominal GDP of Kenya as of 2023 is $118.1 billion, which is currently the 66th biggest in the world. Whereas it is $2,269 per capita, making it 147th in the world. So the country is somewhat broke despite government assurances to the contrary. Thankfully, the economy has seen a lot of expansion thanks to its performances in tourism, telecommunications, agriculture, especially the tea sector, energy, transport and manufacturing. Foreign investment is also growing, and China appears to be leading in this regard in Kenya. Kenyan shilling, the KES, is the national currency, and it's around 145 to $1. People of Kenya. In Kenya, more than 60 languages are spoken by more than 40 ethnic groups. Almost every Kenyan, as someone from Kenya is called, speaks more than one African language. However, their national language is Swahili, which serves side by side with English as the official language. According to the 2019 estimate, the following are the major ethnic groups in Kenya. Some 17.13% of the population are Kikuyu, while 14.35% claim to be Luya. Kalenjin make up about 13.37% of the population, while Luo make up about 10.65%. Kamba people are up to 9.81%, while the Somalis on the edge make up only 5.85% of the population. Others, Kisii, Mijikenda and Meru, which make up 5.68%, 5.23% and 4.15% respectively. The other 13.78% are from other minority ethnic groups. Interesting facts about Kenya. Did you know that this African country bordering 5 countries has 50 national parks and reserves? Kenya has also been described as the cradle of humanity, or birthplace of humankind. As it has been mentioned before, the earliest human tools have been found in Kenya. Did you know also that Wangari Maathai, the first woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize, was a Kenyan? Another interesting fact is that Mount Kenya, the highest mountain in Kenya, after which it got its name, is the second highest in Africa. Also, the Great Rift Valley was believed to have been formed more than 25 million years ago. A part of Lake Victoria, the second largest freshwater lake in the world, flows through Kenya. Welcome back. How does this little exploring of Kenya feel on you? Please, we'd love to learn from your feedback. Kindly share your comments. It will be so much appreciated. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.